Smack.
Welcome to Super Smack.
Welcome to Super Smack.
From the fans, for the fans, welcome back. We've just watched week 3 of this little international window, the July international window. Another lovely wee victory over the French. A clean sweep.
It is all sewn up. 3-0. I mean, let's be honest.
But we're
this
not
is probably,
happy, are we?
Well, we're not happy, but we expected this to happen. I mean, we've probably touted 3-0 in the past, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Like, we only sort of scraped past them last night. We only scraped past them on the first. The second one was a bit of a natural hiding, which the All Blacks 3-test series tend to go, don't they? They kind of actually always follow a similar pattern.
You think last night was a scraping? I think it was pretty convincing. You got a 10-point game, which I think leading into any test, you'd take a 10-point victory.
It
and
was,
we left
mate,
a few tries out there. You know?
Yeah, sure. And I guess we had a B team. Mate, it's just, again, you just go, I don't know, you could have put more on them, but I just don't think they were going to allow that to happen. I think that French side were really fucking annoying and good at applying pressure. And I like to call them the disruptors, the French. They've always been good at that. Think about it. They've won some of the most outrageous games that they should never have won, but they've never really won anything else. They haven't won a World Cup. They haven't really won any big old things, but they're bloody good at getting under your skin.
They've won the
just
Six
when
Nations,
it matters.
haven't they?
Wow,
Six Nations they've taken out?
Yeah, but I said something that matters.
Oh, right. Hey, if you were an international team, like just with your personality and your attributes and your, the way that you treat people and the way that like your skill set, who do you think you'd be?
Which international team would I?
Would you be the French, mate? You love to get
You're
under
trying to
people's
say
skin.
that I love to get a bit of niggle. Yeah.
Well, you just started listing all these French attributes, and I'm thinking, no, this sounds familiar.
No, they sound
like
familiar.
someone I know.
So are you saying that I'm a guy who likes to get under people's skin? I've got a lot of flair, a lot of grace, but at the end of the day, I haven't fucking done anything with my life.
Oh.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay, mate. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was trying to get you to read between the lines, but yeah, you've really thrown it right on the nail on the head there.
I reckon
okay.
I'm just trying to work out who
you're a wily old fox, and yeah, you got a bit of flair, mate. You know how to play the game a little bit unconventionally at times. I think that's a bit of you. It's good, mate. I think I'd be a French team. That'd be a lovely compliment. Who do you think I am?
I don't know. I'm just trying to work out who you'd be. Maybe I think you'd kind of be the USA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like a little new to it all.
Yeah. Lots of flashy gear, probably. They've got all the best boots.
Lots of flashy gear
really
and lots of
cars.
flashy gear, and apparently the next big thing.
But they've got a long way to go. Okay, I'll take that. I'm USA. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I've got a lot of potential.
They're hosting the 2031 World Cup. That's amazing, eh? How good is that going to be?
I'm playing in that World Cup actually. Just applied for the halfback position in the US team, and they've said, we'll get you through to the 31 World Cup. I'll be 47 at that stage, but that's okay.
Are you starting at are you going to start on the Megamass now and just start building
I'm already on it, mate. I'm already on it. That's all I'm eating. I'm drinking Coca-Cola and Big Macs and Megamass. That's my diet at the moment.
And
just
you're going to bulk,
American.
and then you're going to start your cut. You're going to start your cut about 2028, and then by 2031, by 2020, because you're still eating a few things you shouldn't, and then by 2031, you are just ripped to shit, and you're starting halfback for the US.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Is it the US or are you playing for New Zealand? Hang on, which team are you
I'm playing
for
the US. No, I'm playing for the US.
Okay. And by that point, you're going to have citizenship, probably.
Exactly, yeah. I'll have my citizenship, so I'll have that all sewn up. But I mean, no, the All Blacks don't want me, mate. They've got Cam Roigard for the next 3 decades.
They've got Cam Roigard,
Hopefully.
they've got Ratama, and I'll tell you who they've got that I was probably impressed with, maybe even more than Ratama. He came on, and Hotham gave a really good showing last night when he came on. He was sniping away with a lot of great tactical little kicks. It was exciting. He's a great
he's good. He's a good player.
Third person to have, old Hotham. I like his
he got a bit
size
he
too.
got
He's a little
injured at
bigger.
the end. He got injured at the end of the game. I hope he's gonna pull up all
Is
right.
he okay?
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard. But he definitely got a whack.
Speaking of injuries,
we'll watch the space. Yeah, have we got a bit
news? Yeah, mate. We've got some news. Beaudy, our beloved Beaudy Barrett, as we probably all know by now, has damaged his hand again. He's broken
and
it.
it's the same. It's the same hand he damaged on Coldy Cliff's golf course, isn't it?
Is it the same hand that he did during the Super season? Do we know that?
I'm pretty sure. I think Razor in the post match press conference sort of came up and he piped up and said, it's the same hand, same injury, same break. So it's definitely a broken hand. I think I reckon he'll go under the knife, mate. I think he's going to be out for a wee while.
Yeah, damn. Because we would not want to lose him. There'll be something about it. We don't want to lose him for the rugby championship, but I'm just starting to wonder, is he breaking this hand playing rugby?
Well, what else is he doing,
mate? Is he breaking it swinging a few too many clubs?
Well, we all know he loves the game of golf.
Has he been a bit reckless out at Te Aro Links?
Well, we've already accused him of this during the Super Rugby season, mate. So, I mean, it's not the first. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah, we're accusing him again. It's like I feel like the stars are aligning a little bit too closely for one Beauden Barrett. I think yes, maybe he's just ripped
like a Ryan's
couple
belt.
Maybe he's been he's sort of in the rough on the 13th. There he's got to put a lot of spin on the ball. He's really just carving in with his 5-iron, or maybe even like something a little bit steeper, like a little sandy or little pitching wedge, just to get the height. And he's just really ripping it down, and he's hit the turf. Just that vibration's opened up that crack. It's like a rift.
And then he's gone
in the fabric of the All Black culture.
Yeah. And he's been with the boys up at the course, and he's gone, fuck. And they've gone, you're right. He's like, I think I've done my hand. Hey, can we just agree I'm going to sort of pull a fakie at training with us? So then at training on Monday, he's in there and he goes down and goes, oh no. Oh,
Artie, why'd you hit my hand, Artie? You always go too hard at training.
It's just training, bro. That's what the bibs are for. It's to signify 50%.
Fuck, stop tripping and chasing, bro. It's not your game. Leave that to Moana Pacifica.
So he throws Artie or another player under the bus for an injury he got playing golf at some course. Fancy establishment.
And you know what?
And now he's potentially out for...
And you know what he's like. We've talked about this as well. He's senior player, so, I mean, everyone that was with him on the course is sort of looking at each other going, fuck, do we tell Razor? Wow. Like, what's going on?
No, Anton
like,
Leonard-Brown, Geordie, D-Mac, Will Jordan, the usual golf boys. They've got their own little club that they've decided, they will not breathe a word of this. If they want to continue their All Blacks careers, you look after Mr. Barrett.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. Okay, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So Beaudy's out for an unspecified period of time.
He is. I thought D-Mac did well. I thought he had a good little game, and we was taking a bit of a leaf out of Beaudy's book, which must be obviously the tactics that Razor's got them doing. So there were some great tactical kicks, some great pressure easing kicks, which was awesome to see. And he got the ball out to the midfield pretty quickly. It was a lot of shifting. He got some pretty good ball from the forwards, I think. Ratama was giving him nice clean ball, and it's probably nice having that combination back that you've been playing right through the Super Rugby season too. Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a pretty solid game. It was nothing, I think the key, and I still think he's going to get a whole lot of shit for that game because people love to hate D-Mac.
but I think
I
what he
don't know.
didn't do, is a lot of sort of silly, unnecessary, flary things to try and sort of force things to happen, which is where D-Mac can go down that road a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, so basically you're saying he
didn't
didn't
do
he didn't do for once what he usually does. So actually, I don't think
but
people are
also
going.
we love that stuff when it comes off, mate, and half the time it does, and it's genius.
It does, and it hasn't so much at international level, but that's why it's awesome to see him play just a solid marshalling game at 10. Like he doesn't need to be doing all that stuff. All of that other stuff kind of comes from panic. I mean, I don't know. I don't love to hate D-Mac. I just think you've got to use the guy in the right way, and he's a genius, It's just about how we do that.
He's definitely going to be a number 10 for the All Blacks, whenever Beaudy can't be there, he's going to be the one that slots in.
Of course he is.
So
of course he is.
We have to keep him. Yeah. We have to keep him in, we have to keep him.
We have to keep him lubed up.
Position too. Yeah, we've got to keep him lubed up, man. He's got to be ready to go. Yeah. He's got to be ready to rock. We don't want to.
He's got to be ready
have to
at any time.
Bleed him in for a couple of games to get him to the point where he's playing well. You want him to be able to do that every time. So, I think D-Mac did a good job. Do we want to talk about a couple of other games? Or do we want to stick on this All Blacks game?
I mean, we could. What were the games? What were the games of interest? Should we talk?
It was a pretty boring sort of. There were two other games I think are worth a mention this week.
Okay, all right.
One of them was the under-20 championship.
Yeah, I know.
Against
Congratulations.
South Africa. And South Africa and the Baby Blacks. Do we call them still? Is that their name?
We do call them that. Yep.
Side note: do you remember when the New Zealand badminton team called themselves the Black Cocks? What the fuck happened there?
They did.
They legitimately did, and it was some of the best acting I've seen. They were just like straight faced. Yep, we're called the Black Cocks.
Dead serious.
Yeah, dead serious.
And you can't. Thinking? No. There's not many commentators that are going to be adopting that. And the Black Cocks coming onto the field. Yeah, it's an unfortunate name, but I guess it works. Could they not call themselves the Black Rackets or the
Dickie Rutherford from the Black Cocks?
To be honest, Black Cocks kind of sounds fantastic.
Well, a lot of people agree with you, mate.
There's the statistics, isn't there? They say once you've gone, you
what? Say it, mate. No, you got to say it. You can't just leave gaps. What
do you mean? I say once you go black, you never go back.
Okay. Yep.
I haven't heard that one. It's not statistically sound. I imagine there's quite a lot of people who go back to whatever it was before. Because sometimes.
Do you want help out of this hole, mate? Do you want me to lift you out of this hole? Because there was a lovely open side flanker for the South African team, rocking at 120 kilos, 6'5", not 5'6". He's a monster.
And under 20 years old. Jesus Christ.
And he's under 20. He plays for the Sharks actually, but this guy, Batobelli is his first name, which is a cool first name. I like it.
Butterbelly.
But yeah, Batobelli.
Batobelli. Oh, lovely. Batobelli. Beautiful. Lovely. Rolls off the tongue. It's nice.
Dude, he is a beast. He's definitely gonna be in the Springboks in a couple of years' time.
No doubt.
I reckon he's like, how long's Khaleesi got left? Do you think?
How long's who got Khaleesi? Khaleesi's going to be there for a wee bit. He's going to be there for a wee bit. That guy,
he's going to be the understudy of Khaleesi.
Yeah, he should. Well, yeah, it's a hard act to follow, but yeah, I feel like Khaleesi's going to be there right through till 2027 for sure, and probably he's going for 3 in a row, isn't he? Because that's the next thing they've got to do. That's what they've got to achieve. Damn it, that's what we've got to stop them achieving. They can't be doing that.
We can do it, mate. We can do it.
Oh, absolutely we can do it. We can't allow them to get the 3 because it's too much. Too much.
But yeah, we the boys fell short. The Baby Blacks. What was the score? 15-23 to the Springboks.
Yeah,
the baby box. They call them the
baby box. Yeah, baby box, baby blacks.
I want
small
my baby
cocks.
baby back ribs. Chilies,
I want
baby back
ribs.
The Lions, they had their first test against the Aussies.
They did.
I think it was a pretty obvious result. I think they are definitely, like we said in the pod last week, they definitely have built some momentum over the last few weeks, and
For sure.
they just showed up, mate, and they just put them to the sword a little bit. And to be honest, the score was a little bit
it didn't reflect
generous for the Aussies. They scored a couple of late tries.
Well, it was, but what it reflected was a good second half comeback, a good second half energising from the Aussies, because
that's true.
the Lions were all over them, and they were just outplaying them tactically in every way, really. They should, on paper they're such a better team, but the Aussies did come back and had a couple of little disallowed moments too. So I don't know, I feel next week's going to be interesting, but really, it should be 3-0, shouldn't it? It really should be.
I think the Aussies are going to get better, but it just sort of is determined by how much better they get, whether they'll actually
and the Lions
make
are
an
just
impact.
going to get better too, and that's the other thing
Well,
is that as they should be. It's a fantastic team, and they had a few key players out too. The Lions, right? So
true.
they're not at their full capacity. I feel like it could have been a lot worse.
In the Lions team?
Who?
Finn
brother?
Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Finn Russell. The Scottish
from
first five.
Scotland. Yeah, he's a lovely
He
bloke.
looks like he's stepped straight off a construction site. Like he's an unlikely rugby looking guy. He doesn't look like he's ripped or anything like that. He's got a very sort of obviously he's fit. He's playing professional
he's
rugby.
fit, isn't he? And he's a
he's
10.
got to be. Yeah. And he's got this amazing skill set. His distribution and his kicking and everything is so
I thought you
good,
were going to
but-
say he's got amazing skin.
No,
He's
skin's
just got-
not that great. It's even, but it's just it's just classic sort of Scottish skin.
Russell.
I think. Yeah, Skin Russell.
He's a great player. I think obviously, very, very well respected in the Northern Hemisphere circles. Who's he competing with? Marcus Smith and Finn Smith, right?
Yeah.
They're the
and
other.
then you've got Faz is coming too. Owen Farrell's come back. So
They're
so,
not going to
there's
start
him too.
Faz though, ever, are they?
Well, maybe. But probably not. But he might come off the bench. He'll probably get a little go at some point.
He is a great player. Yep. He played bloody well, and I think it's nice to have a Scottish first five in there.
Yeah,
It's nice to have
But he's
anyone
just-
that's not English.
Do you kind of agree with me that maybe he is a little unlikely? You know those people that just don't look like they
like Dane
they
Coles.
obviously are good. Dane Coles, another great example. Yeah.
Yeah, Dane
Yeah,
Coles
there's
just
some
looked
people
like
that-
somebody's dad who'd turned up to training and put on a bib and had a go, and then the coach went, "Shit, Dane, you're all right actually. Well, how have you played before? Have you?"
Ben Smith as well. He was a classic.
Yeah,
I mean, his
Bender.
nickname was Ben from Accounts. You chuck him in a suit and you put him in an office, a high rise in Central Auckland. He'd fit right in at Deloitte's. He'd be up on the 17th floor.
I mean, you could say the same about Snakey, about bloody Conrad Smith too, in some ways. Just a really
I've seen him with his bloody. With his court garb on, with his little.
I thought you were going to
he's
say
got that
something
little
else
hat
then.
thing. What do you call those things that the hair, the grey or white sort of fluffy things
they
that
wear
stick
in
on their
court.
heads?
I actually
what are
don't
they
know.
called?
I just thought they were wigs.
Yeah,
They've
maybe.
got an
I'm
official
sure they've
name,
got some
surely.
name. Yeah, but who cares really? I hate that shit.
I was watching something where someone was talking about Conrad Smith and why he was so good, and they said it was a guy who'd played with him. I can't remember who it was, and he was quite brutal. He was weak. He couldn't lift much more than 60 kgs on the bench. And he's
Well,
like,
yeah,
and he didn't look like much of a player at all. He had no real sort of strength, and but he said that the thing that made him a great rugby player is that he was incredibly coachable. He said that he was the most coachable player ever. He would just do whatever he was told, and he would do it really well. And he was very malleable to a game plan and things. And it's really interesting because I guess that is true. But he had a bit of swervy skill. He was a thinker, old Conrad, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he ran good lines. He was also great on defense. Like he was a classic, like round the bootlaces every time. You can't
Put
run
his
without
body
your
on the
feet.
line.
The sort of, those classic sort of tackle rules you get taught when you're 5 years old. He kind of just seemed to bring those into the All Black environment, and it would kind of work well for him,
Incredibly
Round the
coachable.
bootlaces.
He got told that round the bootlaces at 5 years old, and he just never forgot. Round the bootlaces. And then round the bootlaces, my boy, and you'll be an All Black one day.
Hey, I got a question for you. For you about a few of these Lions players.
Better answer now.
We've there's obviously a bit of representation from New Zealand in there. We've got Jamison Gibson Park, who's the Irish Irish halfback. James Lowe out on the wing, Bundy Aki in the centres.
Yeah.
Do you because I remember all three of those players playing rugby in New Zealand, and they were names that you would recognise, like you'd hear them a bunch in commentary or whatever. I remember them all playing well, but never would I ever have considered them as All Blacks potential. Maybe Bundy, I think a little bit. But
I think I would have thought
certainly
that
not
the closest
James Lowe or Jamison Gibson Park. And obviously they did as well, because this is why they went. They went, and I think it was an absolutely genius move, because they put themselves in the position where they've reached their full potential as players. Because they are definitely very, very good players, And I think you might even put James Lowe on the wing of the All Blacks if he was available for selection. Maybe Bundy Aki would get a run instead of Proctor.
Yeah, I got to say James Lowe is but Bundy's definitely got the stature that'd be great for us to have in the centres. I feel like James Lowe
is sublime on the wing. Like his fend is epic.
He's coming to his own. I remember when he played for the Chiefs, I just felt like he was just a bit average. At that time, he was probably getting shown up by a bunch of players who were doing that just better. And then Jamison Gibson Park, I have hardly any real memories of, to be honest. James Lowe's actually the one who I remember on the wing for the Chiefs the most.
Bundy Aki in the midfield for the Chiefs as well. He was there for one of the championships.
Yeah, I mean, super smart moves. Yeah, I guess they've come into their own.
You think because of the competition, you think they wouldn't have reached the potential that they have reached now in New Zealand?
Mate, absolutely. That's the reason why so many people go overseas and don't make the All Blacks. I think the level of competition here is probably unlike a lot of places in the world. Like, it's just, I mean, look at the amount of people competing for winger spots even this year. I mean, it's crazy. Would James Lowe, today's James Lowe would probably get in the All Blacks, but
I think so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's great. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Anyway,
and
it is
obviously
interesting.
They went to Ireland, and under Joe Schmidt had some fucking success.
He did,
which is
and
which
hopefully
they weren't doing in New Zealand.
I'd really like Joe to get some success with this Wallabies team. I really want the Wallabies to come back. To come back to the former glory. You want them to win
the Bledisloe, mate?
It's not, mate. I told you what I'd do if they win the Bledisloe. I'll streak naked down Queen Street.
Brilliant.
I'm saying it again just to cement how much I think they will not do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know if they're going to win. I don't know if they'll win a game, let alone the actual cup.
I think they'll win a game.
Yeah.
They always find their way into one win. Hey, South Africa played Georgia, and it was another pace thing.
Yep. Well, fair enough.
It got me thinking about. Because, I mean, and this is my ignorance, I think, and I've never heard you talk about them either, Gareth. I don't know anything about Georgia outside of them being at World Cups or, having a pretty solid forward pack in a rugby team. What's going on there, mate?
I'll tell you what's going on. Well, first of all, we don't know anything about the country of Georgia, full stop. I think it's a very unusual country in between Russia and Turkey and on the Black Sea there. And it's unusual, but they have been weirdly around the rugby circuit, like you say, there or thereabouts for quite a while, and are known for having a giant forward pack, right? They're known for having a monstrous, these huge dudes. And I think have been relatively good at rugby for some time. But what is that? Is it like maybe they breed like a very large type of man there? I think it's one of those countries where you've got these big, hairy oafs.
It's that classic Eastern European sort of kind of blocky dudes, right? They're probably quite stocky and they eat a lot, drink a lot.
Yeah,
because
Romania have quite a good rugby side and rugby culture too.
Yeah, for the same reason. There's some brute strength that's built into their DNA.
But because you don't, actually don't Russia have a team as well? I feel like Russia.
Yeah, and they do it right in the sevens too. Russia, they've been there a few times.
Been there and thereabouts. You don't, and that's sort of so. It must be something in that belt of countries that you just kind of go.
How does rugby make it to Eastern Europe? Who's bringing that game?
Exactly. Someone saw it and went, we've got the players for this. Our players would do well. I guarantee you that maybe they have in Georgia and Romania, maybe they have some kind of like sport, some kind of similar sport where people run at each other and are brutish. I mean, that area of the world, they're a bit crazy, aren't they? Like they get a bit, things are a bit fresh. I think rugby would actually be a perfect sport for a country like that.
Couple of straight vodkas and then
they'll go wrestle a grizzly bear in the woods. Yeah,
yeah.
It sounds like perfect rugby fodder to me.
If you were approached by the president of Georgia and they said to you, "Hey Gareth, we want to invite you over just as a little bit of PR for the country. We'll give you. We know you like fine things, and we know we want a bit of cash behind you. So we'll give you $1 million a year, USD, to come over and just live in Georgia and sort of tell the rest of the world about your experience and how great the country is. And you can do any job you want. You can be whatever you want in Georgia. What would you be?
Great, mate. Can I any job? Well, I'd probably just sit around and do nothing and just experience the culture. But I guess if I had to have a job, I'd be.
That's what you do now, though. That's what you do in New Zealand.
Come on, mate. I might be like the minister. Maybe I am the minister for the arts and culture.
Minister of Arts and Culture.
And I'd arrange all these bear fights, humanely around the country, and then I'd have a big palace up on the hill, and 9 wives.
And then how long? What? So basically, you're going to become like Julius Caesar, like some sort of dictator, ruler of the arts and culture in Georgia.
No, I'm happy for people to throw in their ideas, but if they didn't agree with me, over time I would start to sort of accumulate political prisoners in camps around the place, and anyone that didn't agree with me would be sent to these camps and made to work, and after a while they'd all just disappear.
And there it is. You've fallen into my trap. I knew that you were an Aryan.
Well, it's nothing to do with race. It's more to do with just not agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Exactly, what would I do in Romania, mate? I'd probably I'd be like a
Georgia,
restaurateur.
not Romania,
I'd run
Georgia.
I'd run a famous club on the Black Sea called G's. Called G's Spot. Called G's Baby G's Spot. And it would be the most famous club in all of Europe where people would come to party and just get on it all night. to the break of
And
dawn.
the slogan,
and I'd be up.
it'll be baby G string, and it'll be baby G spot, and it'll be clothing optional.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not
you'd
even-
have a
I don't
bunch
even
of
think
nude in
optional.
there.
Yeah. I just think you're fully nude and there's glitter, and I'd be up the back sitting in a booth with my 9 wives.
And there'd be a sauna out the back. There'd be a big, big
Definitely.
sauna
There'd be-
out the back. So you could dance for half an hour, have a few beers, and then pop off to the sauna for an hour, have a rinse, and then come back in for another
A
dance.
rinse.
Yeah, you have a little rinse after you.
Yeah,
Well, you don't
it's
rinse off the sweat.
sounding awfully like a sex club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not really sounding like
100%.
that appealing. It's not like, hey, go there for the great cocktails. It's sounding like it's appealing to a certain deviant sector of society. Anyway, look, Georgia, I'm sure is
Hey, let's
actually a
get back
lovely
to this.
place.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too. I mean, I think we should go visit maybe at some point. Maybe we take when we get to the stage where we're taking the podcast on the road, we'll make sure that we call into Georgia and pay them a wee visit and sort of maybe just chuck a ball around with them a few times.
Yeah,
And
who's to say
if
that
we can,
we don't have some listeners in Georgia already, mate? Hello to anyone who
I know,
might be
because I've
listening.
looked at the stats, mate.
Oh,
No, there's no one from Georgia.
no one from Georgia.
Hey, let's
time.
get back to this All Blacks French test.
All right, the big one.
And you know, we there were a few sort of changes. Obviously, we had 10 changes that Razor made coming into the test, and then what happened on top of that to sort of compound the sort of choppy changiness of everything. We had a few injuries and late scratchings at the end. We had Rico came down with what kind of injury did he get? Was that like a
I think he's got a sore foot,
a finger injury from too much sniffing? Oh, you got a sore foot. So he's joined the foot hospital with
the
Caleb
sniffing.
Clark.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
Luke Jacobson, he popped his quad or something in the warm up. Which
Jesus, what are they doing
led
all
to
in the
Duplessis
warm up? They need
coming
to
on.
just chill out, just relax. If
Well,
you're
I
going
guess
to
you
pop
gotta-
your quad,
you gotta
pop it
get
during the actual
warm.
game. I mean, don't pop it during warm up. Hey,
why would your quad pop?
I don't know.
What would you have to be doing? What would you have to be doing? Like Gareth Williams have to be doing a pop.
Would you
quad?
be kicking, or would that be more hammy, wouldn't it? And you actually usually
You know what you would be, mate? Nah, I've got
What?
it. You'd be that guy. You remember that video from about a month ago? And I think it was in Australia, and he was doing the coin toss.
Oh.
And he literally tossed the coin, and he his hamstring exploded because he got too into the coin toss. And he literally, they caught up with him a couple of days later, and he had this massive bruising, and he had actually ruptured his hamstring or his Achilles or something.
It's
Go
it's
back
like,
and watch the vid.
It's like when
classic.
Steve
That'd
did
be
his
you, mate.
Steve did his ACL playing bubble soccer. Remember that?
Yeah, it'll be something like that. Yeah.
And you saw it pop on the slow-mo.
Mate, you get excited about the last oyster on the plate, and you'd reach a little zealously, and then you pop your quad. You'd be like, fuck, but you'd still get the oyster in.
That's it.
And
I'd still be like,
that's
fucking delicious. Oh, my quad.
Yeah,
Fuck, those
pop
are
my
good.
quad. Oh, get some more. Can I have some more champagne, please? Oh, fuck.
Can I get some of that mignonette? Oh, dear.
So yes, I mean it was a little mismatch.
It was a mismatched team,
and
yeah.
you know, and I think we did pretty well based on that. You know, we still managed to score a couple of really great tries, and like you say, the tactical kicking was good. The forwards all played really well. I think it was nice to see Paddy Toops and what's his name, Fabian Holland, have to ride out the full 80 minutes again, and they played well.
Yeah,
I like Fabian Holland. I think he's going to be a long-term All Black.
I guess the patchiness meant it took each half. It took about 20 minutes to actually get things together and to do anything. I mean, the All Blacks weren't in the lead in the game until after an hour or something. Like it was. I got to say, I wasn't an impressive start. It took like 20 minutes each half to even score a point. It was a little slow.
Well, it was an impressive start. It was an impressive start from the French.
Well, that's right. Yeah,
and they're fucking amazing over at the breakdown. They seem to always have more numbers, or a little bit of extra
Well,
speed.
that's an area we've
we've
got to look at because we've always been traditionally very good at that. Speed at the breakdown.
We've got some of the best players in the world at that
I know, mate.
position,
Well, then, what's
Artie
going on?
And you've got Duplessis there as well. Duplessis is insane.
Well,
and then
he played
the
a
likes
great,
of
especially a second
even,
half. He played he was fantastic. As was Artie. I think they obviously really stepped up a gear to seal the game off at the end. But I don't know. I would like to see a little bit more of a start. The fact that it was scrappy. It was a disjointed.
I just
team.
want some dominance. I want some I want them just to fucking come out with vengeance and absolutely crush a team in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to really set
I also
the tone.
feel like that team
as
well, they should be crushing. I don't know. I mean, we've got some bigger teams, bigger fish to fry this year. But, that is often the way the All Blacks go, though, isn't it? Sometimes they'll play these
we don't pick
lesser teams.
Pick people necessarily because of their size. It's a pace thing, eh? We like pace. We like people that are quick.
If we've got pace, we've got to play the game
up in the
pace
ante.
then. Yeah, because, if the other team's outpacing us, we've got to ask ourselves, what is the strength that we're offering then? If it's not size and it's not... we just got to... I don't know, cement our game plan. I've got to say the deep running technique that they've got in the backs, the deep passing of the ball is really, really working. Like they're managing to string together some really good phases. I don't know. I just feel like, what is it that we need to do? What's the antidote to that? Is there an answer?
Well, it certainly isn't. And I know Artie's going to get a lot of shit for this.
What?
And I think he should, because it's quite funny. No, the little chip and chase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What was going through his head? That was so funny.
Well,
I find that hilarious.
It's interesting because usually that's something when you're playing with a bit of confidence when you've got, when you're sort of assured of the results. But yeah, it was an unusual one. I guess why not?
It was funny. Yeah, why not? Well, why not? Because you're in your 22 and it cost us a few bloody points in the end.
Yeah, and the French are very good at capitalising in their 22, which we weren't. There's a few stats that were going against us that hopefully we can correct. But, man, there were some players that definitely made the difference. I think Karifi was great. I think, Geordie Barrett. Brilliant.
Yeah, as soon as he came on, he made an absolute difference. And you know what? I think he's probably single-handedly saved Brodie McAllister's All Black career, to be honest, because Brodie had a bit of a shocker when he came on. Few line-out misses. I got 3 separate texts from 3 different people saying, who the hell is this Brodie guy and why the hell is he on our team? What have we got doing, get him off the pine for an All Blacks team?
Yeah.
And, he'll come right, Brodie.
Yeah.
But he was very lucky because everyone's talking about how he scored a try on debut rather than a few little fluff.
Yeah, he would have had his head in his hands clutching that ball over the line going, thank you, God. Because he was it was one headline change away, wasn't it? I mean, it would have read Brodie McAllister has debut shocker, and now it's Brodie McAllister scores on debut. It's brilliant.
And he executed change. Well too. He knew he didn't have the pace, and he 15 meters out from the line, he was just like, I'm gonna use all the skills that I learnt when Dad laid down that tarp on the back lawn. Put a little bit of sunlight soap on the top, liquid. And then put the hose. Yeah, little sunlight liquid. Not too much, because you don't want to kill the grass. You don't want Mum to
would sunlight kill the grass?
Yelling at you because you've used too. I think too much of it.
Would.
Yeah. But you only need a little bit. You don't want to be sort of injuring people's backs and their heads and stuff because they're really arsing over. It's more just to get a little bit of lubrication between your whatever short. Usually it was a board short, or sometimes you go down on with a t-shirt as well. I used to sometimes go down with a rash vest.
Definitely, because what happens, you don't want to get a prickle in you.
Well, no, exactly. It's prickles, but also, it depends what kind of grass you had. So over in Tauranga, we had a lot of high sand content in the soil there. usually we had that kikuyu grass, which
Yeah.
is it's got quite a depth to it. The root system's
It's quite
large.
yeah.
So once you're going down sort of the 102nd, 103rd time down the slide, and you've done your 7th little dab of sunlight soap, you're getting down to those roots. And so what you didn't want was that little bit of like root rash, we used to call it on the loveys or on the back.
And
we got root
and that
rash
means something very different
just
these
sliding
days.
it. Well, because the tarp was never long enough, and you got a little, depending on the gradient, you got a lot of pace up. And what we used to do is we used to run down from the deck, so you get a little bit of a run up, and then the full swan dive, landing on the tarp, and then you're away, And so you have that last little bit of run off.
Did you ever wind yourself?
A lot of. Oh yeah,
Mate, being winded is just the worst feeling in the world.
It's so debilitating. Yeah.
You just can't.
And you're more
do
embarrassed because you can't talk.
You can't do anything, and your face goes all red, and you're like, winded and cool.
It's like
as
when
mum.
you get kicked in the nuts as well.
Oh Jesus!
It's how
It's a unique
debilitating
pain.
is that
Oh, it's
when
a
you just,
unique pain.
You get like even just a little nick on the nut, and it's just like, oh, you're down on one knee, and you're just sort of taking a bit of time out for a good couple of minutes just to come
the
right.
old nick on the
and
nut.
you just feel sick.
Oh yeah, it's quite an unusual pain. Yeah. Hey mate, Will Jordan scored again.
Yeah,
He's on his
actually,
way.
That was probably my favourite try.
That was lovely.
That was my favourite try. Yeah, he's at 42, is it now?
He's at 42?
And what's Dougie Harlett's record?
49.
49 or something?
So is he he's basically scoring a try a game, isn't he? Or more than that.
Yes.
At least that.
I think he's his. No, it's just under. I think he's got like a 97%.
Jesus.
Or 97.
He is almost
conversion rate or
robotic.
whatever
I
it is.
think you got to check him. He might not be. Yeah, that's insane. What a record. He's easily going to get there. He's easily going to.
He's AI.
He's AI. Will Jordan is basically an AI rugby player. If you could fashion one, if you could create your own on Rugby 2008 or something, you'd be creating Will Jordan, wouldn't you? Like he's kind of got the perfect mix of speed, silkiness, rugby brain. He's good looking. Oh, he's got it all.
Is he?
Well, isn't he?
I don't know. I mean, he's not my cup of tea.
Well, that's
if
okay. Who would you have?
If I played on that side of the fence, then I don't know, mate.
I reckon you'd probably go. Well, I reckon you'd probably go Quinn Tupaia. The way I've heard you talk about him.
Yeah, I was going to say Quinn.
Yeah, you've sort of fancy.
Quinn's definitely up there for me.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'd say Quinn's probably the most handsome, sort of boyishly handsome of the lot. You know what? I think Jacobson would be like a nice, kind lover.
Jacobson
I think he'd be. Yeah, I think so. I think when it comes down to it, I just think he'd be a lovely, kind man to have around the house, and I think he'd be good on the grill. He'd always make sure the fridge was stocked. He's not taking beers or cokes out of the fridge and not replenishing.
Yeah,
I think he's always a replenisher, which is it's a great quality to have.
I think Fletcher Newell would complain about doing the dishes a lot.
I don't.
And you're not going there.
I don't want to be waking up next to Fletcher.
I think maybe someone like Noah Hotham would be quite tender and quite kind, like quite doting.
Oh yeah.
Like I think he'd take you out for a lot of lovely brunches and things, and give you some like really thoughtful gifts on your birthday, and then I reckon you'd go Tokyo.
Billy Proctor as well.
Oh yeah. Actually, Billy would be lovely.
And Billy's the kind of man you want to take back to your parents.
Billy's the kind of guy you go, "Hey, Mum, I think I've found the one." Whereas
he'd be the one when he leaves, everyone turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, we like that one.
Oh, we liked Billy.
Yeah, he's a keeper."
And then it turns out later on, of course, that he was a philanderer, and he'd been doing something else behind her back for years. Tukiaho, maybe if you would just wanted a good rutting.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry. Are we still recording?
No, mate.
Oh, fuck. I thought we.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
mate.
Speaking of good rutting, there was a cock in the stadium.
There was a particular cock in the stadium,
and you know when you look back at the French games in New Zealand, I don't know whether it happens every time. It certainly, I think it was the first time it's happened this
first
series.
time I've seen a cock at FMG,
but definitely one in every other sort of game. There's a bloody cock that makes its way onto the field, and you know there's some great videos rocking around at the moment of the red badge security company chasing after the cock and trying to get the cock in their hands and trying to get their hands around the girth of the cock. And really just sort of get the cock out of there. And,
before it can do too much damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You want to get that cock out as quick as possible. But how does that get in? How does it get in? How does a cock get into the stadium?
Because they can sort of fly a little bit, can't they?
Well, they can, but usually when you have a coop, what you do is you clip the wings so that they can't fly higher than your coop, so
just
they can't actually get out of the run.
This rooster had got away from its clipping. I mean, could it have gone and done a little? Could it have made it over like gate A entry and just with a little flutter, or has someone had to sort of? Well,
nah, I don't think so, mate. There's two options for me, and one's much more likely. First option is that the cock has actually, you know, got some sort of like amazing brain that he's able to actually buy a ticket to the game, turn up and actually get himself an iPhone something or somehow and scan himself in and actually just get it on his own back, you know. But I think what's most likely is someone snuck him in a bag.
I think the general consensus is that he was inside someone's bag, but your bag gets searched quite rigorously these days at a game. How the fuck did they go?
I purposely don't take a bag.
Yeah, because you'll get searched. And I mean, do you know what I think happened? I think he bloody walked in through the gate like nothing had happened. I reckon his owner put him on the ground while he was going through the ticketing thing, and he just let the rooster run in through, and then nobody could catch him because he's a wily little fucker. And I reckon he just ran riot and got onto the field. I don't know if someone could have concealed him in a bag. I reckon they let him just waltz in plain sight, mate. In plain sight.
Okay, so is that how you get a cock into the
I would
stadium?
take it in my bag, and then shortly before the gate, I'd release it and just let it run in. Yeah. I'd sprinkle some crumbs like a Hansel and Gretel, so it sort of followed my little crumb path up to the...
You know what I would do? I would do... Do you remember that Roald Dahl book, Danny and the Champion of the World? So him and his dad, they got some raisins and they put sleeping pills in the raisins so that when the pheasants ate the raisins, they fell out of the trees, and so they were able to collect them up. I'd probably do that with the chook, and I'd give it some like a weed gummy or something.
You're sedating the rooster.
I'd sedate the cock, yeah. And what I'd do is because they're quite small when you get them all tucked up. Jesus, so I'd get them into the sort of nook of my arm here, and I'd just drape my jacket. I'd have like an anorak or something, or like some sort of black jacket. And I'd put that over top of the cock, and then just, you know, I'd be chatting to my mate as I'm coming in. I'll be, oh yeah, mate, should we go for a couple of brews afterwards? We'll pop up to Shapiro's for a couple of wings and a couple of pints. And yeah, g'day mate, scan your barcode. Yeah, you have a good one too, buddy. Yeah, hope you get to see the game. Hope you're not on the gate all night. See you, mate. Yeah, good on you. And then you're off. And then you want to make sure that you've practiced the dosage so that when it
so
gets
that you
to
don't
about
kill the
half-time,
fucking
yes, you probably have to get a few cocks because you're going to kill one or two of them in the process of testing.
I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is not acceptable.
And then you want it to wake up around half time. So that's when you're taking your anorak off the cock, and then you just lightly dip him down onto the then by the time he's landed on the pitch,
Red Badge can't.
He's full
They
force.
Can't catch him. He's just woken up and he's raring to
and
go.
He's also,
and he's angry. He's angry.
He's woken up and he's like, "This isn't my fucking run. What the hell's going on
Where's
here?
my seed?
Where's
the hens?" Mate, I do love your.
I fucking hate Hamilton. Get me out of here.
Get me out of this shithole. I do enjoy your rather lavish theory. Although I'm starting to think that I reckon the French team brought him in. I reckon they fucking brought them in. They brought him in on the team bus.
So they brought him in.
Mate, they're not scanning the French team's bags when they get off the bus, are they? He was brought in a bag of boots and jerseys, and they let him run around the changing room, poking him with a stick while they get ready for the game, and then they've just released him out the players' tunnel. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran out with them at the start.
Yeah.
Did anybody see it?
Yeah, true.
It's got to be them.
That'd be pretty funny, eh? Like out of the tunnel, there's 100 chickens that just come out just before the French.
No,
they all sprint out.
The only other thing I could possibly think of is that the French mascot didn't turn up for work. He got drunk the night before, and they're like, "Fuck!" And so they've just had to get a rooster from some farmer in Hamilton. Hey, bro, can we borrow your rooster? We've got. Hey, there was speaking. One of the funniest things I heard on the game last night is Tony Johnson was getting slightly confused with all his French players and his New Zealand players. And at one point during the game, he referred to Albie as Antoine Leonard Brown. Antoine Leonard Brown. No shit. I swear to God, he said Antoine Leonard Brown. It was brilliant.
It's just Anton Leonard Brown, but he's got a do-rag on.
He's got a beret. So when Albie goes on holidays, I am Antoine Leonard Brown. It was quite good. What else do we want to talk about for that team? Oh, I do want to say, because I was teasing you before about Quinn Tupaia, and then you said that he'd smash me if he ran at me. But quite seriously, though, it was an interesting impact that Geordie made, and I do agree with you on the Geordie Leonard Brown combo. I mean, that would be amazing. And I do...
Yeah, that would be my choice.
I do wonder about Tupaia when I said he's too small. I do have a slight concern around that. I wonder whether he is too small in that position to be a leading 12. Like, Geordie is such a beast of a man. He's like twice the size of Quinn Tupaia. And that kind of impact really made a difference at 12, I thought. That physicality.
But Tupaia is a physical player. He makes over the advantage line every run, mate. Like every time he gets the ball, he's a battering ram. I think Geordie gets through the line with his fend and with his skill set, and with his distribution,
but has
with his
he
kicking
done
game.
that?
It's a completely different skill set.
He's only played one game, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that's maybe in Super Rugby, but is he the guy to take on some of these huge international centres that we're going to be coming up against? That's my only question. I don't think he is.
I don't think he's better. I don't think he's better than Geordie. I definitely don't. And that was especially the case last night. And we missed the Barretts last night. God bless them all,
No, sorry, I'm not saying that.
She would have had a deserved
She would
night off.
have, she would have probably a lovely dinner and but
she definitely wouldn't have watched the game. She hates the All Blacks, but just watches the boys.
No, sorry, I wasn't. I'm kind of saying one was better than the other. It's the type. It sort of made it quite aware of the type of 12 that maybe is required. Just a real solid, solid player. The Nonus, the Sonny Bill Williams, the Geordie Barretts. The size and the impact in that position. It was just interesting to see the difference when you have those different players.
Yeah. I do think Tupaia definitely, he is a bit of a beast when it comes to breaking the advantage line. That's why, I mean, the Razor said that himself. That's why he's been selected. But I think when you have him and Anton Leonard Brown on the field at the same time, Albie does a very similar thing. So you kind of want a little bit of difference there, right? And I think Albie's probably a better centre than what Tupaia is. Do you reckon? 5. So you have Geordie there, you have Anton Leonard Brown, and then you've got the opportunity to rotate whoever's on the bench there. So you've got Tavatavanawai, you've got Billy Proctor, you've got Quinn Tupai, all as really good options to get off the plane.
Do you think Tupai at centre would be an interesting option? Say if Leonard Brown wasn't around, you could do a Geordie Barrett, Quinn Tupai combo. Like, do you think he could? Because you want to have one or the other, right? We're talking about a big bolsty dude with your wily. You got to have a partnership, and so it's just working out the Wile E. Coyote, thinking about who those players are in relation to each other. I thought Proctor and Barrett were good like that because Proctor is a little more wily, and then Geordie's got the size and the straight running, which I think is essential for a 12.
Yeah, there's just this thing about like Anton Leonard-Brown is a player where you don't really see much flashy stuff from him, but he always gets the job done.
Yeah.
He never has that bad a performance. And he's always doing something that is like a big defensive play or a big attacking play. Like he scored that try just before halftime. He had fucking 4-5 defenders on him, like he made like a 10 meter or maybe 20 meter run with a bunch of fucking French defenders on him. So, yeah, he's got that ability to just be, like you say, just a little bit snaky,
Yeah.
He can just, get under people's skin and really figure it out.
He's great. I'd love to see him continue on. It was so good to have him back. But, yeah, I'd love to see him as the addition to the A-team now, and see what that A-team can produce. Yeah, it's exciting.
He's got those fragile shoulders and collarbones, though.
Well, he does. He's made a glass.
Collarbones, that guy.
Poor guy. Well, we should probably...
So same with Beaudy's hand.
Well, they're all playing golf
hands.
together. Maybe they just need to chill out. Albie's playing golf with them, isn't he? Is he one of the golfers?
To be honest, golf's probably pretty hard on the shoulders too.
Well, yeah, it is. It will be.
Maybe they've been weakened, and again, he's done the same sort of shot. He's tried to really drive the ball out of the rough with his 4 or 5 iron and just clip.
Always gone too hard with a pitching wedge.
Yeah, really sunk it into the sand.
Yeah, exactly. It's wedged in. Oh well. All the best.
Maybe we should ban golf.
Let's ban it, mate. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it. Now, when is our next international game?
Well, it's the first. Is it the first game against
the
Wallabies? No, we go to Argentina, don't we?
Yeah,
don't we go to Argentina
for the rugby
first?
championship.
But we're going to keep up the pod.
We're
around. We're going to keep up the pod. We're going to keep punching out. We'll definitely see you soon. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot to break down. We'll do a little debrief on the French series and once we've got some news on how our players have pulled up, we'll have a little chat about that. And we've also got a wee giveaway that we're running at the moment. So keep your eyes on our socials, our Instagram, our TikTok, because we've got a couple of little snippets to come out. We need you to send in a couple of pictures for us of you wearing your prized possessions back in the day. So watch this space, and hopefully we can get you a wee prize out if you can send us through a real diamond.
Surely you've got some great pics at home in your favourite childhood jersey. That would be lovely to see. You'll see one of me. I'm going to put that up.
But yeah, thanks for listening. A lovely, great French series. A great victory.
Well done, All Blacks. Here's to more victories. And sorry, France. You're just going to have to go win something else.
And leave your cocks at home.
Leave your cocks at home, for God's sakes. It's disgusting. All right.
Super Smack.